Today we are going to be doing another video on Breath of the Wild. I just want to apologise for people that aren't Zelda fans. I feel like my content recently has been very Zelda heavy. Obviously I'm still really excited about Breath of the Wild, so I'm still really wanting to play it. There's just so many different things that I've noticed in this game, and I want to make loads of different guides and stuff, sort of like how I did with Fantasy Life. So in this particular video, I really want to focus on how to quickly get a house in Breath of the Wild. And if you didn't know, yes, you can have a house. Now, in open world games like Skyrim and Fallout, that has always been one of my favorite aspects, just like making a home, making it like, you know, your own place. So I'm going to split this video into two parts. So the first part is going to be more like the actual house and how you start the quest for it and what the upgrades are. And then the second part, I may switch these around, is going to be more about how to make the money to get the house by means of collecting and exploring. There is a way you can farm money by gambling in a certain village. However, I'm not going to focus on that. Okay, so first thing is a quick rundown as to how you actually manage to get a house. The shrine in Hateno village. Basically, if you go to that shrine, you'll see it. You'll see it. You know what they look like by this point. If you were to say look at the shrine, just to your right, you will see a bunch of weird block kind of Lego houses. But what you need to do is you need to keep going right, go past the Lego houses, and you'll see a bridge. And there is a house where a load of workers are, and that is the house that you can buy. You need to speak to a guy called Bolson. Now, Bolson is like the interior designer, the house owner, and he wants to sell it. Now, he will say to you, I need 50,000 rupees for you to buy this house from me. And that's a bit like, oh, I don't have that money. However, he'll then go on to say that what he can accept is 3,000 rupees and 30 bundles of wood. So the bundles of wood, don't really think about that for now. I only had about 400 rupees. So you need to make as much money as possible in a short space of time. Total cost for the full upgraded house is 4,400 rupees. That is including the 3,000 that you pay up front, and then the extra 1,400 is of upgrades on the inside. So just to explain what those upgrades are. So there are 14 upgrades and they each cost 100 rupees, so they are quite easy to get, to be honest. Just to explain, you can get 3 weapon mounts, 3 bow mounts and 3 shield mounts. In terms of aesthetic, you can get lighting, a bed to sleep in, a door, which I don't really understand because surely it should have a door anyway. The door doesn't help you in any way, so if you don't want a door, you'd have to get a door. For more exterior, you can get flowers, like a flower bed, trees for around your house, and also a signpost with your name on it, which yet again does not mean anything. You don't need to waste your money on this stuff, but if you're like me and you want to, then go ahead. So in terms of making money, number one is sell your ore. So when I first started playing this, any ore I came across, I was like, I gotta keep you, what if I need you? But I promise you, there is so much ore in the world, and the ore nodes, they respawn. So don't worry about not being able to find any ever again. Like at first I was finding a lot of flint and a lot of amber, and then I started finding some opal, and then I think I found ruby and topaz, and then I found some diamond. A diamond sells for 500 rupees. Now that is a lot, and at first I was very reluctant to sell it, but since then I've found 4 or 5 more pieces of diamonds, so I'm not thinking this is a big deal. Even amber, I think they sell for 30 rupees a piece, like 30 or 40, I can't really remember. But like, say if you were to find 5 of those, that's already like 180 rupees, like let alone everything else you can sell. So please sell your ore. As I've played more of the game, I'm realizing now that you don't have to hold on to everything. I think it's very easy to be like, oh my god, what if I need this, what if I need that, because I think we all feel like that, but just sell it. The one thing you don't want to sell is ancient parts. Don't sell those because you need them. But yeah, there are plenty of opportunities to get ore, so you don't need to freak out so much if you sell. Like I was selling topaz and ruby and even like luminous ore, like the luminous stone. I even sold quite a bit of that, and like I haven't seen that very often at all around the world, so So number 2 is sell your monster parts. So if you're, well, everyone should have experienced this already, but if you have been walking around in the Breath of the Wild world, then there are always clusters of monsters. Like I find there's never one on its own. There's always 2 or 3. So what you want to do is you want to just go about your normal life on this game and just slay as many of them. Slay, queen. You just want to like kill as many of these as possible, because I find they normally drop 2 to 3 things at a time in terms of like monster items. Like you might get horns, guts, stuff like that. Although they don't sell for much individually, I found that I had like 30 of each item, and that got me, like, I'd say with all of those items, that probably got me about 500 rupees. So really worth selling, definitely. Number 3 is a little secret in the Breath of the Wild universe. There is a ghost bunny. Now this ghost bunny is called Blupee, and Blupee is a rare animal that you can find. I found it twice up near the Great Fairy Fountain. I think that is Kakariko village. This bunny is essentially like a treasure goblin from Diablo. What you do is you shoot it and it drops money. So they, like any other animal in this game, will run for the hills, but this one especially, like, use your stealth potions, you know, be really stealthy and swift with this thing. Shoot it with a bow and arrow. Don't go and hack it to death with a sword, because it will most likely feel you running up to it and it will run away. I've only ever managed to hit it once. I don't know if you can, I think you can hit it more than that. I think it just gives you as much money as how many times you're hitting it. But I find even just from one hit, like, you can get up to 100 rupees. So I mean, it's kind of chancing it, and it's probably not the best tip in this whole guide, but Okay, so number 4 on my list, which is kind of the last point and is very dependent on if you have the amiibo. I've got 3 of the Breath of the Wild amiibo, and one of them, I mean, they all drop things in game, so that's really cool, and you can use it every day, which I had no idea about. There is one amiibo, I think just one, and it will drop a load of really decent quality meat. And also there's another one that drops a lot of really decent ingredients. What I would recommend is, if you're not too heavy on hearts at the moment, to be honest, you don't need to be making these like 20 heart recipes. Like you don't need that. So what you might as well do is get some really cheap items and cook them and then sell the meal. A lot of these, especially if you use meat, I find they go for like 200 rupees. Now if you think the ingredients that you found, so you've got them for free and then all of a sudden you can sell them when you cook them together, like, it's a very good money making scheme. And one thing I just wanted to mention is there is an app, I think it's on, I don't know if it's on iOS, but it's on Android, and it's called Chef of the Wild, and I've been finding that really useful, because although it's really good to find your own recipes, like, that's really good. Chef of the Wild is just like a fan-made recipe sharing app, and you can see what each recipe does and stuff like that, and it's just really useful. I'll see if I can put a link in the description, because I find it very useful, only if you're needing like a certain thing. Like, so basically that is how I managed to buy a house. Like, that's one of the first things I did when I got to Hateno Village, I don't know. But in all honesty, just saying, having a house in this game ain't all it's cut out to be. I'm just saying that, and I don't mean to be hateful, but it doesn't change the game for me. If you look at the house, I'm going to be inserting clips of my house. If you look at the house, there are bits around the back that maybe with future updates and maybe with DLC you can get access to, but at the moment, like, I thought it was going to have like chests in it so you can put even just your ingredients in, just to save space in your inventory, but for some reason they didn't add that in, so I was a bit like, alright then, fair enough. Was that really so hard just to add that in? I am gonna love you and leave you. For anyone that's interested in watching me stream, I was streaming yesterday, but I am gonna be streaming more. Yeah, I'm just gonna be streaming a lot more Switch content, so please stay tuned, and I'm sure in time I'll be back to a more wide variety of videos. So thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!